Yo, so I watched Supergirl this week and I just want to share my thoughts on it real quick. So we got Millie Alcock, Eve Ridley, Matthias Schofinertz, hope I didn't butcher that, I probably did, and Superman himself, David Cornsweet. Also Jason Momoa as Lobo. It surprisingly was not directed by James Gunn. Craig Gillespie did it. Very interesting. James Gunn did executive produce it though, and I can tell. I want to give a big disclaimer. I had my fair share of issues with this movie, but let me tell y'all, I 100% believe this movie was review bombed. Because before I went to see the movie, I saw all over Twitter and TikTok people constantly complaining about the movie. And I'm here to say, after watching it, that this movie was not bad. Well, it wasn't that bad at all. The movie is basically Kara dismantling a intergalactic human trafficking ring ran by the Brigands, led by Krem, who are the bad guys of the movie. They basically kidnap young girls to fornicate with them so they can keep their all-male race going, with a subplot of Crypto dying from a poison that Krem has the antidote to. IMDb has it at a 6.1 out of 10, and this is a fair rating. I would go even higher and give it a 6.5 out of 10. I'm just gonna hop straight into it, but before I do, make sure y'all subscribe if you're interested in movie breakdowns or just movies in general. That's what this channel is all about. Also, this video may have light spoilers in it, so you have been warned. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. I want to talk about the characters first, and the first character I want to talk about is Kara, aka Supergirl. I don't hate her character. I think getting a sort of different perspective from a super character will always going to be interesting. She's more rough around the edges than Superman for sure, but at the end of the day, she's still a hero. I get to see that throughout the entire film. She's just broken right now, dealing with the trauma of her planet being destroyed and parents dying, and something that Clark never had to experience. She drinks and parties constantly to avoid dealing with this trauma. We even get a montage of it in the beginning of the movie. I don't know, Millie Alcock is Supergirl. I'm still not all the way convinced, but we probably will see more of her later on, so maybe she'll grow on me. Next character, Ruthie. Yeah, this is a useless character. Don't get me wrong, yeah, I know why she is there. She serves as not only a plot device, but also as a way to showcase Kara's character development. But there are way better ways you could have went about doing that, rather than just having this sandbag that Kara has to carry around constantly that slowed her down. She was carrying around her dead father's sword throughout the movie and did fuck all with it. There will be scenes where she would slow-mo pull the sword out the holster. It would look like it's gonna be an epic moment, but she does nothing with it. Why is she here? So next character is Krem. I actually didn't mind him as the main antagonist. He's one of my favorite performances in the movie. I'm not gonna lie. This motherfucker was crazy, and I like how there wasn't any redeeming quality to his villainy. He was just evil. I feel like a lot of movies nowadays try to make the villain likable. Just let the bad guys be bad guys. There was a scene where he actually killed a family of 3, straight up, mom, dad, child, off the map. There's one of those moments where you thought Kara or someone was gonna save them, but no, they were cooked. So I like that switch up, because usually someone would come and save them, and the family was black. Ain't that crazy? We made it intergalactic just to still get slayed. What was a random family of niggas doing in space anyway? I don't know. Yeah, so favorite part of the movie, Lobo. Jason Momoa was made for this role. Lobo was definitely my favorite part of this movie. He was hilarious, he was cool, he had hooks and shit. Everything you want out of a Lobo, you got in this movie, and hopefully we see more of him. DC is known for knocking characters off the map. He got captured by the Brigands in this movie, and we're going to talk about that later, because how? Superman himself was in this movie. He appears twice in this movie, and I may be glazing a bit, but amazing both times he showed up. He appeared in a flashback when Kara first got to Earth to greet her, and also at the end of the movie when Kara returns to Earth. I think it's a great idea to put him in this movie. Establishing that relationship that they have, him and Kara early on, was actually a good call. Also showing at the end of the movie that Kara and Clark be with each other on Earth now, so excited to see what comes of that. Okay, let's talk about the shit that I didn't like about the movie. Yeah, power scaling was all over the place. Are the Brigands in the comics? Because I don't get it in the beginning of the movie. Kara was powered down because she was powered by the Red Sun. I understand that. So every time she fought Krem or any Brigand, she was getting her ass whooped, but even when she was fully charged from the Yellow Sun, she was still losing. So it begs the question, is Kara just a weaker Kryptonian, or are the Brigands that strong that they can hang with her consistently even when she's fully charged? Speaking of Krem and the Brigands, how do they know so much about Kryptonians and their weaknesses? Again, forgive me because I'm not aware of the comics to that extent, so I don't know the Brigands and their origins and their tie-ins with the Kryptonians. But from the movie's perspective, we see that when Krypton got destroyed and they were now on a floating city in space, in doing that causes the kryptonite to be exposed in the soil, which is now known amongst the Kryptonians living on Argo, the space city. How did War even get out about it, and how does Krim have access to kryptonite to the point where he infuses it with his weaponry that he later uses on Kara? They also were aware of what the suns, like how did it affect Kryptonians. Some of the more heroic scenes from Kara really fall flat. Like even when she puts on the suit and does the whole superhero thing, it just didn't hit for me. Like she didn't get the Superman moment where the Raptors were coming down after him. He does 360 laser spin. Like we got nothing like that from her. That kind of leads into my other problem. You know, combat wasn't that great. We get one scene where she finally does what she should have did the entire movie. And she basically does what Superman did. She spin slams Krim into the floor repeatedly. That was a really cool shot, but everything else was just, you know, Kara punches someone, they fly away. Kara punches someone else, they fly away. Or flies towards another person and lasers them, then rinse and repeat. Also, something that repeats is like the plot loop cycle, I guess I'll call it. Like every Kara versus Krim confrontation was basically a loop. Kara finds Krim, she loses, he gets away. Kara looks for Krim, finds him, fights him, she loses again. And this is all the way up to the end of the movie. Soundtrack choices for some of the fight scenes, you just know. The comedy had its ups and downs. That's all I have to really say about it. Like it was some things I thought was funny, but other things I thought like, you could have went without that. Last thing I want to talk about is that this felt like a Marvel movie I was watching. And the reason why this is a bad thing is because I didn't come to watch a Marvel movie. It was shockingly similar to Guardians of the Galaxy. I got the vibes of that the whole time. You know, Marvel and DC have very distinctive tones, characters, and their world building. I don't want to now go watch a DC movie that has the Marvel blueprint written all over it. Now every time we go watch a superhero movie, it's going to be like constantly watching Marvel movies at this point. Yeah, even with everything I said, go watch the movie and form your own opinion on it. I don't think this movie was completely terrible. I think I saw it, did worse than Morbius Opium Day, which I didn't even know was possible. This movie is definitely better than Morbius. Supergirl's projected to lose 85 M's. God damn. I've seen a lot of people on the internet just being over dramatic about this, screaming at their phone and shit, like literally foaming at them. I wish I saved that TikTok. It was this dude that was screaming at his phone, literal foam at the corners of his mouth. Like, bro was just tweaking. I don't know the direction DC is going. I think they are literally speedrunning the death of it, to be honest with you. Like, I saw they announced a Jimmy Olsen Gorilla Grodd series. Their primary focus was on Bane. We haven't even got a new Batman or Wonder Woman. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below what y'all thought about the movie. And again, subscribe if you're into this type of content. I upload videos every Friday. And I'll see y'all in the next one.
I love you, rated R.